What do you think? Time to go out? Steve, you want to go out? It's a Thursday. Is there a front? There's always a front on a Thursday. Of course there is. There's always a front somewhere on a Thursday. This time it just happens to be well south of us, protecting us from a hurricane. Where are you going, Rex? For Steve. Wait for Steve and TK. Come on, let's go, Steve. Sun's out. Blue sky. What? The hurricane's closer now than it was 24 hours ago. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right. Hurricane's close to us, and it's a nicer day today. T-Rex, are you excited to go outside? 1, 2, 3. Of course you are. So how can it be a nicer day today than yesterday? Well, like I always say, weather in New England is some of the most interesting weather on Earth. Here we are, 8:30. I've been looking at things since 5:30 this morning. 60 degrees outside. The sky has changed about 3 times. It was really relaxed and beautiful when the sun came up. Yeah, I do have a shot of that. At 5:30, that was before the sun came up. And since then, we've got some low clouds coming in off the ocean. We've got blue sky, subsidence, total subsidence. And the grass is wet because it did rain, but nowhere near as much as I thought it was going to rain at my house. Gorgeous day. Pretty anyway, pretty chilly. You know, yesterday, the mean temperature in Boston was 61 degrees. That was the coldest day we've had since the summer solstice yesterday. That's 4 heating degree days. All right, what's going on here? We've got some precision landscaping going on. It looks like an old stump there. I don't know. What is that? And the rebar, those guys are fast with the rebar. And so what's going on? It's so dynamic. Yesterday we did have a bit of a predecessor rainfall event, but the fact that the front dividing the tropical air and the chilly air over New England was so far south, the heaviest rain fell well south of where TK showed the NAM with the heaviest rain across Beckett, Massachusetts. Nowhere near 8 or 10 inches, but it was a respectable, most widespread rainfall event that we have had in probably a couple months, maybe since springtime, one of those Saturday rains we used to have. Remember those? So here's the Cocoa Raz. Well done, Max on Martha's Vineyard with more than 3 inches. Much of southern Rhode Island in the 2-inch department. No data from Nantucket. I should have looked at the airport, but I'm sure there was an inch or 2. Cape Cod, around an inch. Up around my house, less than an inch. And then you move into Connecticut, also on the west side of Connecticut there, about 3.2 inches. That goes over into New York and down toward Long Island. So that makes sense. You know, if that front was right on our south coast, I would have expected the rain to be heavier to the north. And you go into northern Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire, we got less than an inch of rain in most cases. Because the front was so far south. So we used the lean cold rule, and it was a chilly rain across much of Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. And that front was just so far south. And so, in other words, the heavy precip was still more than 100 miles north of the front and more than 600 miles north of the hurricane. So there was some combination of frontogenesis, energy coming in from the west, and a bit of a predecessor rainfall event. And disappointing here, well, I'm not that disappointed because this is now 1 inch for the week. 0.4, this was not just one of those rainfall lotteries. I mean, there was widespread winners across all of southern and central New England. As a matter of fact, you widen out on the Cocoa Raz, the heaviest rain in the entire nation was over southern New England and southeastern New York yesterday, even with the hurricane offshore. The rain with the hurricane stayed offshore. So life is full of mysteries and beauty. Look at that gorgeous random sunflower. And what are we doing down here? Can I get a closer look? Today, the waves are big. I checked the webcam. Cinnamon Rainbow's webcam wouldn't even load. Is that because of traffic? And then I love the sign they put at the top. Erin en route. Surf lessons canceled Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And I think that means that the staff wants to go surfing. Because right now it's only about a 3-foot swell at 16 seconds off of New Hampshire. But off of Warm Winds Cam, just real choppy. Town Beach, Narragansett, Rhode Island. It's a storm chop with a windy, gusting past 30 miles an hour from the east-northeast. So Nobody's in the water there. And same thing, Cape Cod at the Beachcomber. Surf doesn't look that big, but it looks like a stormy chop with an onshore wind. So the expert surfers are out there. They know where to go. They know how to find the breaks, and there's different breaks all over the place. And a lot of times your favorite surfers are not going to share, even with you, your good buddy TK, where they're going. What do we got there? Is that a stump? Is that some of the cement left from the old Don Kent? What was it called? Where they put their boats in the wintertime. Doug, sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Anyhow, satellite imagery. This gorgeous blue sky, and what a spectacle it is. There's a hurricane south of New England, and then we've got valley fog. You know, this morning in Whitefield, New Hampshire, it was 37 degrees. We are dry. The outer band of Erin now looks like that is the cloud that is over Cape Cod, the islands, and Long Island. Now the hurricane is at its closest approach in the next 12 to 14 hours. So we just look at it using the Euro and the tropical sector here. And the wind, the gold there is hurricane force wind, now extending out more than 70 miles from the center of the storm. But the storm's going to miss us overnight tonight by more than 250 miles. So maybe tropical storm force, sustained wind just south of Nantucket. That red would be about 34 knots or so. And that's pretty close to tropical storm force. But the tropical storm warnings are for offshore. There's no land tropical storm warnings anywhere in New England or New Jersey even, or New York. So there it goes. It's out of the picture. High pressure comes in. Looks like a nice weekend, and really interesting. Go back to the center of Erin this morning, that the barometer, the central pressure is at 945 millibars, but it's a Category 2 storm with 110 mile-an-hour winds. And a couple days ago, when it was a Category 3 storm, it had a central pressure of 955 millibars. So it's actually a deeper pressure, and sustained wind, instead of being stronger, is more spread out. So it's just a wider hurricane now with just as much energy as it had a few days ago. But moving toward New England today and then away, so that means the surf continues to build, and the biggest waves are going to be tonight and tomorrow. And tomorrow the wind is going to quickly die down and go offshore by late in the day, and probably be a leftover swell on Saturday. And am I going to the shore? I still don't know. I did make it to the Marshfield Fair yesterday. Boston meteogram for the next 7 days says that today we're in and out of the clouds. The wind is not too strong. It looks like the wind is going to be a little less than they were saying out of the east and northeast, maybe gusting past 25 miles an hour with the temperature in the 70s away from the coast, and then inland probably close to 75 to 80 today. And then the wind is going to come from the north tomorrow, and the temperature is going to go up to about 80 at the shore and in the 80s inland, and stay there Saturday and Sunday. Sunday, the front's coming at us, but I think we're going to have a southwest wind, so it'll be warm to hot, 85 to 90 away from the coast, and a little cooler in Boston still. And then the showers and thunderstorms come in on Monday and Tuesday, not looking too dramatic, looking less dramatic than yesterday. Oh, Steve, I didn't secure Steve, I don't think. T-Rex is on his line. Steve thinks he's secured. Oh, he is. All right, so let's just move Steve a little bit. I know you're here for the pets just as much as the weather, right? And so we're in pretty good shape, considering that there's a hurricane so close. Like I said, these hurricanes that hit New England, they move by North Carolina, moving fast and toward the north. This one's kind of moving slow, about 15 miles an hour, and it's turning towards the northeast, and then it's going to move due east thanks to this Canadian air that's been in place. Like we say, these high-pressure systems from Canada are hurricane repellent. And really interesting that the backside of that high still isn't here yet. We had a wave kind of cut through the high yesterday, and it's still a 1021 high to our north today. So that high is still in control. These Canada systems are so fascinating. I can't think of the word. I'm actually quite confused at everything that's going on. I'm watching everything. I get this cloud band coming in. Not expecting any widespread rain, but it looks like obviously there can be some raindrops. Obviously, Tim, your eyes don't lie, and that is a nice looking cloud there. Same kind of cloud we had last couple of days, but without the higher cloud behind it. It's equally but differently interesting. So sky waves. Always looking at the sky waves. All right, so we just run the Euro now and cut to the chase on the forecast. There's some changes in the Euro forecast. for what's going to happen here with the front on Monday and Tuesday. So here's the hurricane missing us to the south. We got some flood warnings for Long Island Sound for tonight. Could be some minor flooding, and coastal erosion is still likely. It looks like 14-foot seas just off Nantucket, about 16-second period. The wind is so strong in the morning, it's no fun, but the wind lets up in the afternoon. It becomes much more pleasant. And then Saturday, leftover swell for the intermediate surfers like me with a high pressure system coming in, and it's still low humidity, but then that high gets south of us, and here comes a front from Canada. And this is kind of a high amplitude front coming at us. This is kind of a steep trough, but it's going to be slow to move through here. So the front, it does still have a wave developing on it on Monday, like we talked about yesterday. That would be a non-tropical wave coming up the front, but looking like it's going to miss us just to the east, staying separate from the front in New England. So it'll be the old front from the southeast and a new front from the west. If they merge, we're in for another big rainmaker here Monday into Tuesday, but it looks like they try and stay separate. And then after that, new cold air, almost autumnal advection, with the air coming at us from the north and northwest at most levels of the atmosphere, and the thickness is going down to 552, so that's quite unstable. So afternoon, sort of almost spring-like showers with the cold air aloft and still warm near the ground on Wednesday into Thursday. And then next Friday, still not seeing anything coming at us from the tropics, seeing more air coming at us from Canada, and looking pretty nice there as it goes out now till Saturday, which is August 30th, the last weekend of August. And we're looking pretty good. I can't remember exactly what it looked like. I think the thickness was around 558 or so. And so that would be temperature of 75 to 80 if you get away from the shore, and not much going on at that point. Fronts well to our west. There's heat expanding in the west, but there's no sign of it trying to come east. So we'll be in pretty good shape for the most part. The next big question mark is going to be what happens with this front on Monday and Tuesday. That rain that came in yesterday, the Euro was the only guidance with that last week. And over the weekend, there was no guidance that had it, including the Euro. And then the NAM came in with it starting on Monday and Tuesday, and the NAM was way too bullish. In the end, it looks like the HRRR, but that's only a short-range model, did pretty good with that yesterday. And so give the Euro a win. The GFS didn't have any of that rain until it was right on our doorstep. So Euro for the win again, and that rain kind of came in from the west. And if there were no Hurricane Erin, that rain would have been much less intense. I think that there was a bit of a predecessor rainfall event in New England yesterday, and if that front was closer to the south coast of New England, we would be dealing with 5 inches of rain instead of non-flooding 1 to 2 inches of rain. So the lawns have been watered in southern New England. That fire got put out in Princeton, hopefully, Linda. There was a fire burning in Princeton, so there were some fires that were ongoing in New England. All right. I hear there's a bunch of reporters at the beach, so we go look at the reporters and see what they're talking about on this beautiful day. Well, as you can see, it's a beautiful day, and there's a lot of people down here looking at the ocean. That's what we do. All right, the Enmore from yesterday, I made a time lapse of that cloud, almost the same exact cloud, but it had another one over the top of it. That cloud was moving from right to left that we're looking at, and the one above it was moving from left to right. That's pretty cool. And then we went to the Marshfield Fair and made new friends, saw old friends. Great to see you, Garrett of 4-H. I spent most of the time looking at the animals and really appreciate it. Jimmy and his cow, Jimmy, there, and I posed with our max velocity hat. That cow, is that cow kissing me or just whispering in my ear? We won't tell, Jimmy. It's just between you and me. And also the nice people from Indie Firm, Paul and Rose. Indie Fermentation. These are 2 environmental scientists that have turned their science knowledge into crafting beers and mead. Oh, that was so nice to meet you. Thank you for your generosity of spirit and Indie Ales from Plymouth. So we're going to have to go visit you and do a story with you more in depth. All right, TK, signing off for now. The Enmore from yesterday. We are so fortunate that this hurricane is not hitting us. Quite the spectacle. T-Rex and Steve. You two, superstars. And more. Hey, T-Rex, what do you say we do another time lapse? 64 degrees here. Air coming from the east-northeast down near the ground. So I think those lower clouds over Boston will be moving from right to left. And then the air up in the sky coming from the west, which will be going from left to right. So let's do another time lapse. Well, it's the first one for today.
But we've been doing them day after day after day. Let's focus in, see if we can get a band of rain at both levels of the atmosphere, above and below. Fairly uneventful hour there, time lapse. Never know what it looks like until you rewind and fast forward. We got sky waves though. Precipitation behaving itself so far. No reports of excessive rainfall. So let's see if we can't go to the Marshfield Fair and not get soaked. There's waves. So far, nothing concerning on the radar. Just a couple of raindrops here near Marshfield, but heavier rain to our west. Nothing substantial yet. 3 o'clock. There it is. Where do we park? I'll not be going on the things that go round and round. Here for the cow. Fireball. Not. None of these things. Maybe some games. But take me to Horticulture. That's where I'm going. Horticulture. Hello. How you doing? Chill. Oh yeah. Hi. Hi. You know, we're wearing more. Looking for handouts or what? Yeah. Goats are so chill. Big ears. Hi. Blue beard. Look at your eyes. I can't look at your eyes. You staring at me or the camera? Easy to make friends here. Hi. I know I don't have anything. I suppose I could probably buy some grain or something for you. Nigerian dwarf goats. Oh, is that what they call you? A dwarf? Weir River Wrangler's darling. Weir River Farm. Betty. Barley. Who's who? Go. I think we're at some kind of goat agility test.
Yeah, Tessa. We'll meet you. Watch out for the rabbits.
Up over those fences. There you go.
They hold, I think, right?
Don't fall.
I don't know. Yeah, girl, you got this, you got this, you got this.
Goes like T-Rex not wanting to go for a walk. Just wanted to stop for a second and take care of business, that's all. So then you got to tie the goat off and go and grab the barrel, wheelbarrow, and go forward and backwards, I think.
You are so close.
And then I think they got to turn around and go backwards.
Awesome job.
No?
And run to that finish.
The goat, now that it's relieved itself, maybe it'll go faster. Yes.
Yeah, Tessa. $113. Great job, Tessa.
Ready, set, go. Oh, by the way, the rain has picked up. Well, Orpington featuring Princess Flora. Marty, handsome. Norma, June, Asha, Penny. Penny for your thoughts. Get away from me. And all the arrows over here. Chicks. Connemara ponies. Are you a Connemara pony? I get the goat herders here. All lined up. Hi, you're next. Everyone's chowing down in here. Kelsey? O'Neill Farm. Guernsey. I'd say they're all Guernseys, right? Avery. Jimmy is here, and so are his cows. Willow and Patience. It's so clean. Holstein. Eating, pooping, sleeping. Bring some of that down to the worm farm. Cow power. And Jimmy. Hi, Jimmy. I saw Jimmy sit down a few minutes ago. Or was that a different Jimmy? How many Jimmys are there? Fiber goats, Angora, Pygora, Nagora. Tiny little goats. Goats.
Ready? Go! You got this, guys. Let's go! Right through those shavings! Yeah, you got it.
Certainly are little ones, aren't they?
It's a future
And
bacon.
go.
Hey.
Let's go,
I don't know,
Skip.
those ones
Let's
look
go,
kinda like
Skip.
pets.
You guys got this.
They might be pests.
Yeah, right over.
Hey.
There we go. Now you can
Oh,
go.
goat's going by.
Now you want to run. Okay.
Now you want to run. Why didn't you run on the course?
All right, Safety Nut. You got this. Woo.
This is funny.
Good babies.
See the ocean from there. Do you know this couple over here? I think you guys might be related. No offense or anything, but I'm a big fan of crows. Corvus brachyrhynchus, smartest bird in the world, the dolphins of the sky. They always know what's going on, including in your mind.
What? And the 4-H owls, do the owls have names?
Then let's finish this lap and maybe do like a head to tail line starting over here.
We did earlier.
Setting up and everything.
Oh, you're the best. Have we met? You look somewhat familiar. Oh, I don't think so. I would remember. How would you remember? How many faces can a chicken remember? Chickens can remember over 100 faces, animal or human. Meow. Funny. W. O'Brien Sons Incorporated. Concrete forming. I like the concrete form people. Fisher Electric. Roche Sheet Metal. Install ads. Trained engineers wanted. It's glass. Greenbush Railroad. And the rabbits. Mrs. Doubtfire. Flemish Giant Fawn Senior Doe. Hard to fit you in the frame. Nice to meet you. Harry, dwarf Hot toe? Black senior doe. Those eyes. Hey, Sherry. Flemish giant. Believed to have originated in Flanders, Belgium. The Flemish giant was bred as an early 16th century. Exposed to America early 1890s. Hey, Ruby. Doing some grooming. Onyx mini lop, black senior doe, and a baby. Oh, just like the backyard at TK's house. Newborn, Florida whites. Well, we don't have Florida whites, but we get newborns. They know how to cuddle, don't they? Take care of each other. Steve would love it here. Patty cake. Mini Rex. Son, Mini Rex. Pugsley, Mini Rex. We get a lot of Rex. Mini Rex, Mini Rex. Hey, Mini Rex. Looked. Look at that. His name, or whatever breed, is printed right inside of his ear. Yeah, he wants to say hello. Capybara, South America, world's largest rodent. Can weigh 150 pounds. What else? Got kangaroos over here. Red kangaroo, Australia. 1 inch long, baby born after gestation. 33 days. Wow. Eats leaves, grass, hay, and grain. Those back legs. Bobby Knoll, Stables Duxbury, hitch wagon. Hitch to what? Clydesdales, Levi. Wow. Impressive. Hey, Nick. The size of Nick. Good 7 feet tall, I would say. Nick is getting a shave right now. TK could use a little off the ears.
Gonna make it look good for the ladies.
How big is a Clydesdale's hoof? Clydesdales are known for the size of their feet. One of the horseshoes is about the size of a dinner plate and weighs 5 pounds. Horseshoes are held in place with special nails. These nails are carefully hammered through the shoe. Ornamental function and fashion. And Bridget, 1,600 pounds. Hey, Bridget. Gentle giant. And there's also floral competition. Freestyle. Chimpute. And then the herbs, there's a herb competition. First place right here in the herb department. Asta. Oh yeah. Dahlia. Cheerleaders. No. Acrobats. Hydrangea. Golden. Sunflowers, look at this. This is gorgeous. I love this. And also the containers play a big role. Look at these containers. Look at this Narragansett Bay Regatta Association, Newport, Rhode Island, August 1929. 3rd place. And then from the single leaf department.
Yeah, those are some nice specimens, though, of horse busters.
Thinking of you, Dolores Ahern, at the Marshfield Fair gardening exhibit and competition. Hey Rick, we're at the Marshfield Fair and there's an exhibition on eelgrass, native and necessary. These submerged cities of eelgrass also help filter out nitrogen, slow coastline erosion, and mitigate storm damage. Sadly, eelgrass is facing heavy decline. Cod and scallops particularly affected. And there's even a horseshoe crab exhibit. Horseshoe crabs survived the great climatic shift of 55 million years ago. Quilts. We got quilts and then some. Everything you can think of. What they say on the ad, 158th Marshfield Fair. More and more and more. All right, we may stay for the opening of the Motocross and play it out. Just give myself a lot of editing. More and more and more. Love it. Big heart to all the viewers. Oh boy, here comes the real rain. At least they got all these halls where you can look back through time. Upper grandstand admission $2. All the different fairs. Where were you in August of 1923? I was right here, of course. Raining pretty good out there. Think they'll mind if we sleep over? And motocross. Motocross in the mud? Sure, why not? There's also a roof up there. So I just missed the national anthem. Tribute band, draw the line as the rain really sets in here. Whether we're getting a true precursor rainfall event in southern New England is yet to be determined. But we have a wall of heavy rain coming into Marshfield. So I'll let these guys start up and play it out. See if I don't get a copyright infringement. A couple seconds before the beginning of the band. What the states grow. Maine's got potatoes. Massachusetts cranberries. Arizona, lemons, California, oranges, and another exhibition hall. New England, tomatoes. Here's the first prize. Third. First place. How do you get these nice tomatoes? You gotta start them indoors, don't you? All right. Aerosmith tribute band, and calling it a day. Another day of lots of editing. So they got beer here too at the Marshfield Fair, and I walk in and the nice lady says, I look like, do it.
A famous weather meteorologist.
She said Kevin Lemanowitz. Thank you. What's your name?
Rose.
Rose. Nice to meet you. That's my first ever Kevin Lemanowitz, Kevin. I usually get Anthony Everett. Exactly.